What's up, you guys? It's Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a skincare and story time. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I thought it'd be fun to bring it back. I'm going to go ahead and start posting more content for you guys. I hope you enjoy, but also let me know what you guys want to see, so comment down below just to tell me what you want to see, because I don't know what to post all the time for you guys. There's also a little disclaimer, this is my story time, but this is not me trying to dwell on the situations. This isn't me like trying to still like live in that moment. This is just me bringing up something that happened. This is me spreading awareness about the school systems. Okay, you guys, I am so sorry about that little interruption. I have makeup on, so I need to take that off, and then I also have a pimple patch on. Also, my house is like noisy because other people are home right now, so I hope it's not like too loud for you guys. Hopefully it's not. So to start the story off, I was 5 and I didn't go to pre-K. My mom had like helped me at home, and my grandpa was passing away with cancer when I was going to pre-K, like pre-K age. So, and she was the one taking him back and forth to his cancer treatments every single day. Okay, you guys, so I just like messed up and completely blanked. Anyways, so what happened was, let me give a little background. At this time, I hadn't went to pre-K or anything because my mom had taught me at home. My grandpa was passing away with cancer at the time that I would have like signed up for pre-K, and my mom was taking him back and forth to cancer treatments, so it was just easier for her to teach me rather than me actually go to a pre-K. Anyways, the next year that I was going to kindergarten, I went to an actual kindergarten. And I had been really obsessed with Matilda. Like super obsessed with the movie, loved it super much. And this is kind of where this backfires, because I remember asking my mom, I was little, and she was cutting my hair because I was going to school the next day for the first day of school, like for the first day. And I don't remember meeting my teacher. I know I did, but I don't remember meeting her before my first day of school. But like I know I did, because you know they have those parent-teacher conference things before school, and my mom made sure that we never really missed those ever. They're like, she wouldn't miss that. So I know that I met her before I went for the first day, but I don't remember it. And my dad went with us too. So that's like a key point of the story, because I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so a key point of the story, my dad was with us, and I don't know if this woman had like known my father maybe in the past, or thought she had known him, but she had a kid who was like 2 or 3 years older than me, maybe even 4 or 5 years older than me. So I don't know when she would have met my dad or known my dad, but my mom had suspected like maybe she thought she knew him. So I don't think she really knew my dad, but she like, because my mom and my dad were together for a really long time before they had me. Anyways, so I think that she thought she knew my dad. So my point is my mom thinks that she took it out on me because she either knew my mom and didn't like her like in school or something, or she like knew of my dad or something and just like, or thought she knew my dad when my dad was not the same person she knew, because my dad did not know her. But anyways, so sorry, back to the point. I was getting my hair cut, my mom was cutting my hair, and I was watching Matilda on the TV, and it was like in front of me. And I remember looking at the TV and Miss Trunchbull came on, and I went, oh, Mommy, I'm not gonna have a teacher or a principal like that at my school, will I? And she goes, no baby, that's only in the movies. That'll never happen to you. Honestly, a week later, I came home being like, bitch, what the fuck are you on? Wow, why were you on? Anyways, no. I did think, okay, I wasn't in that school very long after that, but I'm gonna go into more of the story. I'm just trying to like get some information out before I forget the information. Anyways, let me go ahead and start. So we went, and I went to my first day of school. Everything was okay, not like bad, but it wasn't the best. My mom went into her classroom to drop me off, you know, and she had like a bag of like, I guess like all of my school essentials. And my mom was like, oh, like, can I volunteer? Like, I know you have other parents volunteering, like, I would like to volunteer sometimes. This teacher straight up told her no. Like, straight up said, no, we already have enough parents volunteering. There was only one parent who volunteered. There was one mom who volunteered, and she also had like a teacher's helper, so she was like, no, we have enough parents volunteering. You can't come and volunteer. She literally told her that. And my mom didn't think to go to the principal with this information and like ask the principal. Anyways, yeah, she was like, no. So that's red flag number 1. Okay, red flag number 1 is when that literally told my mom she couldn't come and volunteer. And my mom didn't like know, because I'm my mom's only kid, so like she's never really took any other kids to school. And you know, school's different from it was. She had like graduated like 10 years before I was born, so you know, she was in school like a long time ago before this. And not long, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like she was like, well, okay, like maybe they changed their rules or something. And anyways, I don't remember like timeline like precisely right, because everything is like, in my mind, everything is like bumbled together from like my school time, especially since I was so young, and I think it scared me, so I don't remember a lot of it, but there's some stuff that I do remember, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just tell you guys stories of what I remember. And then if it doesn't make sense, or if the timelines are like messed up, just please bear with me, because like I said, I don't remember exact timelines. Okay, I have health issues. We all know that. I don't want to talk about that in every video, but it comes up a lot because it's my life. Like, and obviously as a 5-year-old, we knew that I had some health issues at that time, but we didn't realize exactly to what extent it was. So we were just then figuring out about my bladder and my kidneys and stuff. So I had been peeing on myself, but like it was, you know, because my kidney reflux. Anyways, my mom had told the teacher, you know, about my health issues and my heart, and because at the time we only thought that I had a hole in my heart, and we also just thought that like, well, the doctors and everyone thought, because obviously I didn't know any of this yet. I mean, I did, but I didn't, you know. Anyways, so they were like, you know, yeah, she has something wrong with her kidneys. So, yeah. And the teacher told my mom, she was like, yeah, no worries, no worries. And we're gonna call this teacher Miss Monkey, because it's close to her name anyways. It works. It just makes sense. And she also like really had a thing for monkeys. Like, she loved the monkey theme in her classroom. She was like, monkeys, because her name starts with an M. So it just like makes sense, and I'm gonna hand it to her. Like, that's a good name, but like also you're a bitch. So okay, so anyways, my mom had told her about, you know, finding out that we didn't know what it was, but we knew that I had some kidney issues, and we hadn't figured out what it was yet, but that I needed to go to the bathroom a lot, and also I might pee on myself frequently, because that's what was going on. And she said, okay, yeah, no, that's fine, like, I'll totally take care of it. Well, I raised my hand to go to the bathroom, to, you know, use the bathroom, and I'm like, I gotta pee, because it hits me all at once. So I'm like shaking, you know, I gotta pee, like, but I'm not saying it, I'm like, and I had been holding my hand for like ever up before I started wiggling around. And this woman gives me, she literally looks up at me, she stands up, marches over to me. I'm at my desk. I'm like a little bitty kid. She's like tall. She's a really tall woman. She's like skinnier though, and she has like long brown hair, so kind of looks like Miss Trunchbull, but like also at the same time like more of a, okay, I'm not gonna lie. How do I say this? I'm a lesbian, okay? not the point of the story. But the point is Miss Trunchbull is more like, you know, she's like more masculine, I guess you could say, as a woman. This woman was more of a femme, preppier version of Miss Trunchbull. I said it. And me being a lesbian had nothing to do with that, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Okay, so anyways, she stands over, she like marches over to me, and she's like, why are you dancing? Stop dancing! Leave the classroom now! And I stand up and I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. And she's like, go out there now and sit down. I go out there and sit down and I start crying because you're yelling at me, and like, it's not my fault that I'm gonna peel myself. And I knew I was gonna peel myself. I knew it. Guess what happened? I peed on myself. Well, that time she let me change my clothes, and I went home and I told my mom about it, and my mom was like it's okay, like maybe she just like misunderstood it, like I'll talk to her. And my mom talked to her, I guess, but like my mom talked to her like several times between, I think, like September when I went to school, because that's when school starts for me, or started for me, to like, I think I was there until like January or November, maybe December. It was like after Thanksgiving break is when I moved. But it was from then to then. So she had talked to her like 5 different times, or like 10. They were having meetings because this teacher said that I had ADHD and that I was being wild. Okay, like, let me just give you another story. For instance, she had said something and she was telling us to like say yes and no to these answers because it was like our ABCs or something, and she was seeing which one of us was like doing it right. So I got really excited because I was really good at this game, right? And she's like, yes or no. And then I just, like, because we're all answering, and I just go, no. And I shake my head like this for like a minute. Not like long, but like I'm like, no, like that. Literally, she goes, Caitlin. And she stands me up. She makes me go over to the chart board and get like a red chart thing out and put it in like a slip. It's like when you're bad or something, I guess. I don't really know. Anyways, so I stand up and I get the slip and I put it in the slot, and then she's like, you don't need to be dancing like that. That's not cool. And then she sends me out to the hallway, and obviously I'm crying again because like I wasn't doing that. Like, you're totally misunderstanding who I am as a person, woman. And then also after that, it just got progressively worse. So after that, she moved my desk in front of hers, and she would teach, and when she would teach, I joke, this is what I'm seeing, okay? Like, how am I learning anything if my back is to you? My back is to you. Your desk is over here, but when you were never at your desk. Like, I can understand if a kid probably needs one-on-one help and you move them to your desk, but I didn't do anything. I wasn't doing anything. And I would cry. I had really, really bad anxiety for my mom all through school, and like not all through school, but when I was younger. And I would like cry a little in the mornings, but I wasn't pitching a fit. It was just my anxiety. And you know, like I would stop after a couple minutes. She didn't like that either. So she would make me go sit in the hallway. And then also another time I had to go pee. This actually happened this happened once, because after this my mom was like, something's not right. Something's like definitely not right. Okay, so she somehow, I don't exactly remember what happened. All I know is it was a really, really bad day for me. Like, this woman was like yelling at me all day long. She was like in my face all day, just like giving me tons of crap that day. And I remember just feeling really, really defeated and really, really tired and just like helpless, and I didn't know what to do. And it makes me emotional because then I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what those feelings were, but like looking back and like rethinking about it, I know. Anyways, my mom decides to pick me up early this day. My mom told me recently, because we were talking about it and I was telling her about me doing this story time, or me thinking about doing it. Anyways, she said that she had like a feeling, like a gut feeling that something wasn't right that day, so she came to pick me up early. And she did. Luckily she did, because that day my mom finally called what the teacher was doing. So the teacher was leaving me in like wet pee clothes and putting me outside her classroom every single day, and screaming at me and stuff out there every single day for weeks. And then right before I would go home, she would like take me to the bathroom and I would change. She would give me my, because I had clean pairs of clothes in my book bag. I don't even think I told you guys that. Like I had like 4 or 5 clean pairs of clothes at each time, just because I would sometimes wet myself more than once through the day. Especially then because of my kidney reflex disease and stuff. So yeah, this woman would literally let me sit there in pee clothes and put me out and stuff like that. So it just wasn't great. And you know how like Miss Trunchbull would like lock them in closets and stuff? Well, she kind of did that when she locked me out of the room. And she, like, it wasn't like the closet, but like she still would like lock, like put me out. And in the hallway, like no one would walk down the hallway, because where she was, where her room was, there wasn't any more, like she was at the very end of the hall. And if you know anything about schools, then you'll know that sometimes the teachers at the end of the hall, there's not really like, there's another classroom across from the hall sometimes, but sometimes it's not like filled up with like kids or teachers, so you don't really see people too much. So I didn't really see like anybody really walking down the hall that much. So it was just like I was lonely. It was a very crazy, sad time, but like not sad time, but it was just hard, you know what I mean? So anyways, my mom picks me up that day. And I'm in my wet clothes still. Like I'm in wet clothes, because I guess the teacher didn't like think about it. She was like, Caitlin, like you're leaving. And I guess she forgot that like, no. Okay, sorry, I remember what happened. So she had took me to the bathroom really quickly. She was like, let's go to the bathroom and let's put these new pants on. And I was like, oh thank God, she's finally gonna let me change, because like I said, this is a normal occurrence. Okay, this is like a normal occurrence with this woman. And I'm like, oh thank God, this lady's finally gonna like let me change out of these clothes. Like I'm so glad, because like it's uncomfortable. And she would let me sit there for hours in the day like that, and I would get like a little raw, but like my mom thought maybe it was because I was like, it was because of the pee, but she thought maybe it was like just me peeing on myself, like it was like causing me to go raw. It wasn't that though, it was like me sitting in my pee. And then my teacher had took me to the bathroom when my mom had picked me up, when my mom was coming to pick me up, or like she was already in the office, but I was like outside, and then my teacher was like, come on, like let's go. So she took me to the bathroom. She had my book bag in her hand, and she unzips my book bag, gets my undies and stuff out, and she's like, okay, go change. And I couldn't get my button unbuttoned, because if you know, I have health issues, like I said, and I have like mobility issues, so sometimes I can't like open things right with my fingers. So like my mom put me in these like button pants, and my mom at the time didn't realize that I couldn't unbutton them by myself. No one did, I guess. So, but that wasn't the reason I peed on myself. Let's just stop there. But anyways, what I had did was I was like, okay, and I had like went in the bathroom, and like I was too scared to come and get her to like unbutton my pants, because before that I had wore like similar pants that had a similar button, and I had asked her to button them for me, and she was like, oh my God, you can't do anything by yourself. Ugh, you need to learn. You're in kindergarten. Like literally that. Like I'm not playing. Like that was it, except it was a lot worse, and there were more words coming out, and it was like mean and nasty. Really nasty. She was just really nasty to me. Yeah. Anyways, so she didn't notice that I didn't change out of my other ones. I just threw the other ones back in the bag, and she didn't notice, because they were like a darker pant anyways. So my mom picks me up, like actually like gets my bag, and she looks me up and down, and she like goes to like get me on her hip again, because I'm still young enough. And then I'm wet, and she's like, Caitlin? And then I ended up breaking down and telling her everything that was going on. I had told her that the teacher was mean to me and kind of yelled at me beforehand, but my mom had thought it was like because she was getting on to me, because the teacher was telling my mom that I was being like really bad. and really, really obnoxious and stuff. So my mom moved my schools. My mom and my dad moved my schools, but mainly my mom. Just because my dad, he doesn't do the school stuff. My mom does it. My mom did it. Anyways, so we moved my schools, and after we moved my schools, my new kindergarten teacher was completely fine. I was completely fine with her. In fact, I was like one of the quietest kids in school, so I definitely did not have ADHD or anything. And yeah, like even the teacher was like, no, like she doesn't dance, like when she has to pee, like she'll get up to go, and she's telling me she has to pee, so that's what she'll do. But like it wasn't anything what the other teacher was trying to make it out to be. Also, like just in general, the other teacher was a bully. Like Miss Monkey was definitely a bully, because like I remember this like one time we were at lunch, and I like brought my lunch to school, and I had like a napkin with me or something, and I had like wadded it up and I wiped my face. Like I had wadded it without thinking about it, and like went to wipe my face, and I was sitting with I almost said her name, the teacher, and the teacher looked at me, like looked over at me dead in the eyes, and then looked over at the helper that was there that day, and she goes, you know, I just can't stand when people are so stupid and they crumble their napkin like this. I just don't. What's the point? It's a clean napkin. It's not dirty yet. That's so stupid. Why don't you fix yourself? Oh my god, it's like these people have never lived. I was 5. Of course I hadn't lived yet. You idiot. Sorry. Also, it makes me mad now because looking back, the Power Pro, like the teacher, the helper, was always there. And another adult was usually always in the room with her when she was doing this stuff. So it's like, why weren't you a voice for me? But lo and behold, she got fired the next year because she actually hit a kid. It's not funny, but it's like, damn. Like that could have been me. And I feel really terrible for that kid, because I know that kid probably like had some really fucked up trauma with school after that too. And honestly, I had some really bad experiences in school altogether. So when someone tells me that they were in public school and they had a good time, I'm like, were you a teacher's kid, or did you have money? Because, or were you smart? And I don't mean like, because some people are really, really smart and they still like get, the teachers are still mean to them and stuff. I was a smarter kid. Like I did learn things pretty fast, but I also was lazy, and not always lazy, that's not a lie. No, okay, so when a teacher would treat me bad, like if a teacher was good to me, I would do really, really good in their class. But if a teacher treated me like shit and didn't treat me fairly, or like wasn't respectful towards me or wasn't nice to me, I would like be really bad in their class. Not bad, but like the work, I wouldn't put forth as much effort as I would in other classes that were like respectful towards me and actually treated me like a human instead of treating me just like I was garbage and that they had to, like, they were paid to be there kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not enjoying your job, then why are you doing it? I get that some jobs, but like there's some jobs you just don't get into the field to do them. 1 second. Sorry you guys, as I was saying, I don't understand why you would become a teacher if it's not something you enjoyed, because you are teaching younger kids, and I feel like if you're not gonna like enjoy that job, if that job's not meant for you, don't do it, because that's a lot of college. Like, why are these teachers becoming teachers and like freaking just abusing the freaking kids, like verbally abusing the kids and stuff? I'm not, and I don't say that lightly, like I'm being dead serious. Why are you guys becoming a teacher? To literally put your anger out on someone else. Like, I'm dead serious. You guys need to become like a kink person or like a dominatrix or something, because I swear some of these people become teachers just because they want to freaking yell at kids and like be mean to someone, and they know that kids can't like talk back. And usually, I hate to say this, but some kids don't have good parents who believe them. They have parents who like will always believe the adult before they will the kid. And I feel like in school that happened a lot with kids, and teachers knew that, like, the teachers knew what kid to like mess with sometimes, I think, because this one boy, his parents didn't really believe him ever, and like the teachers were just incredibly rude to him and mean to him and disrespectful to him a lot. Honestly, I think it was because this kid lived with his grandmother and his parents weren't, I don't know, like, I don't know. I think it's because the people in his life, like, weren't really, I don't think his grandmother had him, like, all the time. I don't really know. I don't remember, but my point is that I remember that he said that his parents or his grandparent or something didn't believe him. His guardians didn't believe him when he would come home and tell them about the terrible things. Like, they would say, well, the teacher had to have a reason. No. Sometimes teachers don't have reasons. They just do it to do it. They literally do it to do it. And I don't like it. And I don't think that people should do that. Like, don't become a teacher if you're that kind of person. If you know that you're more likely to get annoyed, if you don't have patience, you shouldn't become a teacher. If you don't have compassion, you shouldn't become a teacher. If you don't know how to, like, not be violent with the kids in your classroom, because honestly, and also here's another hot take on this, okay? Some kids are being abused at home. Some kids are hearing that at home too, and school is the only safe place they have to go. And don't get me started on how school's not safe, because we all know how unsafe our school system is and how unsafe our schools are. We all know that. We all know how sucky the school system is. I don't need to tell you, but I am raising awareness. I'm trying to say, do better. Yeah, I'm not like some person who's gonna save the world, but if I can help anyone and they can hear my story and they know that they're not alone, or a teacher watches my story and then they're like, oh, like, I know not to do that, or like not to be a bitch, I've done my job. So yeah, I hope you guys like this chaotic story time. I know it wasn't the best, and I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't want to have to dive too deep into those memories, but I did want to give you guys this story. I wanted to tell you guys this story, but I didn't want to also like cause any anxieties for myself, and I really don't want to relive too much of it, so I didn't go into like full detail of how bad it got. But I hope you guys could tell just from listening. It was a little crazy and a little violent, and it wasn't like the worst of the worst. That's not what I'm saying. It's not me trying to get your pity, like I said. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. I keep on saying that. I can't believe I have 4,000 of you guys. It's incredibly amazing. Also, if you guys want to see my spicy site, like my 18+ spicy site, I will have it. It's always in the pinned comment. Like I said, social medias are always in the description down below. I only have one Instagram account. I only have one spicy account, and it is always in the pinned comment. I don't have any other spicy accounts or anything like that. So if someone's talking to you claiming to be me, it is not. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Bye guys, and welcome to my life.